topic is one that would be near and dear to all of us. Safety is a way of seeing. It means looking out for potential problems, shoring up your defenses, and stopping accidents dead in their tracks before they happen. Personal protective equipment is a vital part of this. Hi, I'm Andy LeGrand. The reason we wear personal protective equipment is simple. It's for peace of mind. For some assurance that after our work is done, our bodies will still be intact. The reasons we don't wear it are more complex. We're in a hurry, we think it's uncomfortable, or we're not sure how to use it. These are poor excuses that can get us hurt. We need to wear personal protective equipment. Many of us work in areas where tiny particles, shavings, or chips can fly up at us, or where chemical splashes can occur. If you do, you must use safety eyewear. Flying particles can be combated with standard safety glasses. Their frames should have side shields to block hazards coming from the side. Protection from all angles is found in the form of safety goggles. They snug to the face. Some goggles are specially designed for liquid splashes. A face shield or a welder's helmet may be needed in more hazardous situations. Safety glasses or goggles must still be worn to protect you from any hazards that sneak in underneath. Tinted lenses help prevent eye strain caused by bright or hazy outdoor conditions. Specialized jobs, like those involving laser technology, often demand heavy tints that block light at particularly harmful wavelengths. Ask your supervisor about the correct eyewear for the job you're doing. Noise. It reaches harmful levels in hundreds of different work environments. If you don't take preventative measures, our hearing can suffer. Hearing protection comes in three basic styles: earplugs, canal caps, and earmuffs. Earplugs come in two versions: disposable and reusable. Disposable plugs are rolled tight, then pushed firmly into the ear canal. Press down with your finger until the plug re-expands. There are a wide variety of reusable plugs. These are preformed so that no rolling is necessary. Reusable plugs connected to a plastic headband are called canal caps. This headband maintains pressure on both ear plugs, holding securely within the ear canal. Earmuffs are generally the best protection you can wear. These completely cover the ears with large cushions. Earmuffs are especially good for short-term protection and in extremely dirty working conditions. For maximum protection in areas with extreme noise, try combining plugs and earmuffs. The important thing is to use the most effective protection for the noise levels you're exposed to. See your supervisor if you have any questions. The air is not always friendly to breathe. There are sometimes dangers you can't see, like dust, fumes, and vapors. A respirator is required when these problems reach hazardous levels. There are three types: those that screen the air through simple filters, those that chemically purify the air, and those that provide their own source of fresh breathing air. The protection you'll need to use depends on the type of work you're doing. The first type, the disposable filter mask, is good against mild hazards like dust. Here, fibers of mask trap and hold floating particles. More help is required in areas where chemical hazards may be encountered. This means a respirator with disposable cartridge filters that purify the air through a chemical process. Your respirator will not adequately protect you unless you're using the correct filter for the hazardous substance you're working with. All filters have color-coded labels. A full face mask becomes important if you work around hazards that could also irritate the skin and eyes. Air purifying respirators cannot be used when the amount of gas or vapor in the air exceeds the rating specified on filter cartridges. When this is the case, or when there's not enough breathable oxygen in the environment, you must turn to the third type of respiratory protection, air supplying respirators. These provide their own breathing air through a hose. Self-contained breathing apparatus, or SCBA, put the air supply on your back. This allows for good mobility. Check with your supervisor to see how long your tank's air supply will last. Keep in mind, though, that average time shown on the charts will be affected by your weight and how hard you'll be working your body. Make sure beforehand that the tank is fully charged. You don't want to run out of air in a tight situation. Never use an SCBA, or any respirator for that matter, unless you've had the necessary training and fit testing. And since hazardous gas and vapors can squeeze through the tiniest gap of air, you'll want to have your respirator or SCBA checked out at least twice a year. Slips, trips, and falls. They can put us flat on our backs and in the hospital. We can save ourselves some misery by wearing safety shoes with non-slip soles. Shoes are designed for the type of floor surface you work on. Soft rubber soles perform well when floors are dry, but may not provide traction on wet or grease-covered surfaces. Hard rubber soles make sense for greasy concrete or wood floors, but not when these floors are dry or wet. Synthetic or natural rubber soles work well on most floor types. A deep tread design is necessary for good traction on wet surfaces. These grooves channel off liquids. If you work with heavy materials, tools, or machinery, you should wear shoes with protective steel toes. The sole may also be lined with a steel plate to prevent punctures. Many shoes are insulated against severe temperatures or electricity. Boot styles rise above the ankle to keep out falling sparks. Your hands and fingers are essential to your work. Treat them kindly. Protect them with gloves. There's a perfect type for every situation. Cloth gloves are good for jobs involving light labor. They protect you from dirt, splinters, and abrasions. More protection is found in leather and aluminized gloves. They're effective against rough materials and metal slivers, as well as moderate heat. Metal mesh gloves shield your hands against punctures and cuts. Other gloves offer protection against a different group of hazards. Rubber gloves help insulate your skin from contact with acids and electricity. Gloves made of plastic are also effective against many chemicals, including most sclerosis. Your gloves must fit properly. If they're too loose, they can make it tough to handle small parts. If they're too tight, your hands can become sweaty and tired. Talk with your supervisor about which gloves are best for your job. Your work can also endanger other areas of your body. Physical hazards like flying metal filings and wood chips can be deflected by sturdy cloth aprons. Disposable fabrics protect your body from dirt, splashes, and oil. Leather, wool, and aluminized fabrics can shield you from more extreme hazards, like heat and hot metal splashes. Flame retardant suits provide a barrier against fire and heat. Corrosive liquids can be blocked by rubberized fabric, neoprene, and vinyl. Take a look at the hazards in your environment and talk them over with your supervisor. You'll learn which protection is best for you. Hard hats are also protective clothing. They're a must around any overhead hazards. These problems run the gamut from low-hanging pipes and equipment to falling hazards and splashes of molten metal and chemicals. You can often attach other safety gear to your hard hat, like earmuffs and face shields. Lightweight bump caps provide some help against low head clearances, but are no substitute for a good hard hat. Keep your head protection in good shape. Make sure it fits correctly and inspect it often for dents and cracks. Damaged equipment is unsafe to wear. Check all your PPE for defects before using it. Scratches in eyewear, cuts in hard hats, torn respirator straps. Clean your equipment after use and store it in a safe place. Let's review. Remember that each job carries its own unique hazards. To protect yourself, follow established safety rules and use personal protective equipment. Use the correct equipment for the work you're doing. Examine the need for eye protection, hearing protection, respiratory protection, safety shoes, gloves, and protective clothing. If you have any questions, consult your supervisor and get any necessary training and fit testing. Finally, take care of your protective equipment. After all, it takes care of you.